It's either gonna work or it's not.
If I have time to turn the camera on if a big one does come. I'm not here by myself today because Nick has to work.
Hello everybody, we're finishing up the hunt today, November 10th. We didn't have as much action as we thought we would on a 20 degree November 10th, but we wanted to introduce episode 4 to you. Episode 4, you'll have the footage from my backyard that we mentioned with a really great buck that I probably took too long to decide to shoot. And then you'll have some footage from Brent's action-packed day in the tree. I guess that's about a week ago. Now these deer showed up in my backyard and I was pretty excited to see the smaller 9-point. But then my wife pointed out that there was a bigger one just a little bit outside the yard. So I slipped upstairs with the camera and was filming him. At this point I know it looks like he's alert, but he has no idea where I'm at or what I'm doing. So at this point I was content to just record this deer, watch him walk off in the backyard. But the longer that I recorded him, I got to looking at his mass and I got to looking at his just this big frame, and I thought, you're crazy if you let this deer walk out of your yard without trying to shoot it. And at this point the screens were still in the upstairs window, so that really wasn't an option. My only option really was I ran back downstairs and I gave my wife the camera. I grabbed my bow and slipped out the front door and was working on slipping around the side of the house. And as I did that, ran into one of his buddies that was with him, and this is actually the result. But it finally motivated me to take the screens out of the upstairs windows. I was actually watching TV with my wife and looked outside, and there was a doe and a fawn in the yard. And anytime it gets around Halloween, anytime there's a doe, there might be a buck. So I just ran downstairs, grabbed my bow and ran back upstairs, tried to open the windows, and as you can see, the cat came back actually. So I got the shooting window open, and now I'm opening the window for the camera. And I think I need to grease it a little bit. She definitely heard it, but didn't seem to be too concerned. Her and her fawn actually hung out for a while there in the backyard, and here in the last clip they actually just wandered down the hill, down into the bottom. And lo and behold, the next morning, one of the little bucks that was actually with a really big buck a week before showed up in the yard. Alright, we got the same buck. So I was pretty excited, so I ran upstairs. I think at this point I've already got the window open to shoot out of, and I decided not to try to open the squeaky window. He fed around in the yard for a while, several minutes actually, but there wasn't any other bucks that showed up with him. So he fed down there in the tall grass, and after about 25 or 30 minutes just wandered off down the hill. As you can see, he slides underneath that cedar tree and heads down the hill.
Okay, October 30th, 2018. We're out here in this small sliver of woods real close to the private property where Nick hunts. I'm out here by myself today because Nick has to work. But with being October 30th, we're real close to the rut starting up. So I plan on putting about 40 hours at least in the stand over the course of the next week, so that we can see if we can get big techs coming through this little sliver of woods. At about 6:55, I had a small buck jump the fence about 20 yards in front of me, came directly under the stand, but it wasn't shooting light. It had really good moonlight that allowed me to see a rack. Couldn't count any points, but we're excited. Wind swirling a little bit, which doesn't won't do so well for us, but time in the stand is better than nothing. So stay tuned. We're going to see if we can get you some footage today. Hopefully we'll see big techs and get a shot on them. did have my bow hanging. And then I was just going to get it down if something came in, but I've got to stay ready because the way the wind's blowing and swirling. Right when I can see the deer and they jump the fence, I got to be ready. Because they're going to peg me just like those does did.
So that's a wrap on episode 4. In episode 5 here in a couple weeks when it comes out, we've got all the footage from our hunts over the last week. Brent's logged about 50 some hours in the stand in the last week and a half. I don't have as much vacation as he does, so I haven't been out there quite that much, but we did have an exciting hunt yesterday, especially towards the end of the day. But most importantly, in episode 5, we've got a first deer alert. We'll show you Brent's son Hayes and his hunt for his first deer that he was able to harvest with a crossbow. So stay tuned and have a blessed week.